G'day everyone, Hayden Kennedy here, coaching module of 2026, holding the ball. New rulebook isn't out yet, so we're going to be basing it off 2025 rules. I don't expect them to be changed. Based off the 2025 AFL data of 41.2 free kicks per game, 22% or 9 holding the balls were paid each week. Here are the rules. That's for prior. That's for incorrect disposal. That's for no genuine attempt. That's for diving, dragging on top of the football. I'll leave that for your reference. Let's have a look at the first one, which is prior opportunity. Where a player in possession of the football has had prior opportunity, a field umpire shall award a free kick if that player does not correctly dispose of the football immediately when they are legally tackled. I want to work through that. So what is prior? So player takes possession of the ball. One of the 8 actions then has to be present, followed by a legal tackle. So the actions has to occur before the tackle. Once the tackle occurs, player in possession of the ball must legally dispose within an immediate time. Question, what is an immediate time? Immediate time we've looked at is less than 2 seconds. So if a player disposes of the ball in the tackle in less than 2 seconds, we consider that immediate. So tackle, 1 second, 2 seconds, and just on the end of the 2 seconds, the umpire blows the whistle. That is what we are using as immediate time, less than 2 seconds. Let's have a look at these. So a prior opportunity will occur. There you go, balanced and steady. Tackled, that was the player got rid of the ball legally in 1.2 seconds. We need to just be a little bit holding off on the whistle on that. We want it to be 2 seconds or above. Another one, a little bit trickier. There's an evade, but the kick occurs at 1.63. I know we're only talking about milliseconds here, but this is the way we're trying to be objective around it. Same thing there. Player breaks the tackle. So therefore, the tackle didn't hold for the 2 seconds, so therefore that should just be a play on as well. So immediate time we're looking at is less than 2 seconds. Here are the 8 different actions for prior. There's the evade, a change of direction by the player with the ball to avoid a tackle. Evade also includes having control of the ball and taking it from a low position to a high position for the purposes of avoiding a tackle, or out of one tackle and into another would also constitute. Fen, the use of a straight arm action to an opponent's chest area in an attempt to resist the tackle being made. This is an attacking move in contrast to a brace, which is an immediate reaction to a tackle without prior opportunity. A swiping motion would not be considered a fend. Has had prior option, so that's initially intending or initially shaping to kick or handball and then not deciding to. Balanced and steady, has clear control of the ball, or if on the move, a guide of 3 steps. Has taken a mark or been awarded a free kick, is considered a prior. Drives head down and electing to drive or penetrate through the stationary tackle, resulting in the tackler moving backwards or sideways. Ducks head, elects to drop head from a high to a low position, and shrugs, which is the new one for 2026. Initial part of the tackle is legal, so it's below shoulders, but the action of raising the arm by the player with the ball creates the high tackle. That's the shrugging action. All right, what I plan to do is go through each one of these. So the first one, the player takes possession of the ball. The action of evade needs to occur before the legal tackle. Remember what the evade was. Change of direction, also having control of the ball and taking it from a low to a high and out of one tackle into another. Let's have a look at these examples. Player gets the ball, changes direction. Considered an evade. Gets the ball, changes direction, and then is legally tackled, does not dispose. Umpire in great position. Evade, change of direction by the player. Another one. Change of direction. Gets the ball, changes direction, does not kick or handball. Change of direction by the player. Third one. All good there. Change of direction. Change of direction, no kick or handball.
Yep.
AFL example. Change of direction. Gets it. Spins. There's the change of direction. Gets caught into the tackle.
Into second tackle. Hold the ball. Capacity, Sam.
Another example. Let's look at the hands. So you can see how he takes the hands, the ball, got control of the ball, goes from a low to a high. Okay, control of the ball, low to a high before the tackle. Important, before the tackle. And so therefore, that constitutes an evade. Another example. Before the tackle, gets the ball, low to high before the tackle, does not legally dispose. So that's evade. Let's look at fend, use of a straight arm. Here we go. There's the straight arm. Just comes out, straight arm to the chest area. That constitutes prior. Fend, use of a straight arm, attacking action to an opponent's chest area in an attempt to resist the tackle. Let's look at another example. Same thing again. Gets the ball before the tackle. There goes the straight arm to the chest area. Okay. These actions are occurring before the tackle. Another example. You can see it come out there. Attacking move, straight arm, chest area. Let's have a look at this one. I would consider that a brace. The player hasn't got the opportunity to get the straight arm out. So it's more straight into it without prior. Hasn't got the opportunity to get the straight arm out. So not considered a fend. That would be considered a brace, ball up. What about this motion? This would not be considered a fend. Okay, that's where that gets the ball. We don't see the straight arm to the chest area. Then ball gets knocked out in the tackle, so that would be considered play on. But for the purposes of this, that swiping motion is not considered a fend. Third one, prior option. Initially shaping or intending to kick or handball, but then deciding not to. So we're looking for the actions here. You can see what that player does. Initially shaping to kick or handball, goes to kick, decides not to. Tackle, no legal handball. Player takes possession, shapes to kick, and then elects not to. That is considered prior.
Play on, you.
Let's have a look at this one. You can see there, initially goes to handball. Here we go here. Initially shapes to handball, decides not to.
Holding the ball. BWS.
And then
Stern!
is legally
That's
tackled.
you, Curtis.
Shapes to handball, elects not to. That is considered prior. Balanced and steady, the fourth one, has clear control of the ball. If on the move, guided 3 steps before the tackle. Let's have a look at that. A clear one to start.
Out.
Clear that player's taken 3 steps and then he's tackled. balanced and steady. Bit shorter, but balanced and steady. Left foot, right foot, right foot tries to kick. I'll show you that one again because it's a little bit quicker than the first one. But that would be considered balanced and steady. So we're defined as 3 or more steps with the ball. It's hard to always assess that, but at least if you can get the timing and the picture of it. This one here, little steps, but that's enough. That would be considered balanced and steady, especially with the player not in the kicking motion with that foot. Let's have a look at this one. Another example. Good for the Geelong player not to fall in the opposition back. Balanced and steady. In this case, the player is not balanced and steady. If you have a look at what happens, great umpiring call here. Picks the ball up and immediately tries to kick. Play on. Another example. Immediately tries to kick. Gets the ball straight into the kicking motion. Excellent call. Third example in this part. Immediately tries to kick. And the last example from a Coates game, player gets the ball, immediately goes into the kicking action. So some good umpiring there. Accurate umpiring.
Play on. Play on.
No. Player gets the ball, immediately gets tackled, so not balanced and steady. Ball gets knocked out, ball gets dislodged in the tackle. Play on. Accurate call.
Play on. Play on.
Has taken a mark or been awarded a free kick is an action that is considered prior. So once you take this mark, that's your prior. Once you get a free kick, that is your prior. Drives head down and electing to drive or penetrate through the stationary tackle, resulting in the tackle moving back or sideways. The best
Play on over the top. Play on.
Through.
Drive, holding the ball, Collingwood. Holding the ball on the full.
Exactly what's going on there. Penetrating head down and electing to drive or penetrate through the stationary tackle, resulting in the tackler moving back or sideways. Let's have a look at another example. Pushing through, trying to drive through, holding the ball. Third example. A little bit harder, but a good example nonetheless. See, with the driving of the feet, excellent umpiring decision. You see what that play was doing. Head down, trying to drive through or penetrate. Duck's head, elects to drop head from high to low. Let's have a look at these. Player gets the ball, upright position, ducks the head. That number 44 started in the last couple. Good on you, Sammy. So head up, then he drops the head. That is considered a duck, therefore prior opportunity. Elects to drop head from a high position to a low position. Another example, standing upright and then ducks the head down. Elects to drop head from a high position to a low position. Last one, shrugs. I'll give you the one example. So tackle remains, tackle legal at the start. So it's below the shoulder, so it's on the bicep. Shrug action causes the high tackle. The player must dispose of the ball legally. It'd be rare for this to happen, we think. So there you go. Evade, fend, prior option, balanced and steady, taking a mark or being awarded a free kick, drives head, ducks head, shrugs. That is prior opportunity. Second law in the law book, 1863, talks about holding the ball incorrect disposal. Where a player in possession of the football has not had prior, a field umpire shall award a free kick if that player elects to incorrectly dispose of the footy. For the avoidance of doubt, a player does not elect to incorrectly dispose of the football when the player makes a genuine attempt or genuinely attempts to correctly dispose. That's kick or handball. Doesn't have to be successful, only has to be a genuine attempt. And the legal tackle causes the football to be dislodged. So we saw one of those in the prior section. Let's have a look at these. Player. Let's have a look. Here we come. No prior, but just drops the ball. Okay? No prior, has control, has possession, no prior, elects to incorrectly dispose. There's no attempt to kick or handball, and the ball is not dislodged, it's not dropped because of the tackle. Another example. No prior, just drops it. Okay, that's the action. You can't see a genuine attempt there to kick or handball. Ball is not knocked out in the tackle or dislodged.
Play on. Ready. Play on. Off, yeah.
Once again.
Off, yeah. Yeah. On the ball. Stand.
Let's talk about whether there's no need to talk about whether there is or not, but for the purpose of this is an incorrect disposal. Ball not dislodged due to the tackle, player just drops it. One more. Just lets it go again. So no prior, gets the ball, no prior, but there's no attempt, no genuine attempt to kick or handball. So therefore, ball is not dislodged, so just dropped. That's incorrect disposal. Third rule, no genuine attempt. When a player or where a player in possession of the footy has not had prior opportunity, a field umpire shall award a free kick if the player is able to, but does not make a genuine attempt to correctly dispose of the footy within a reasonable time. Okay, what is reasonable time? We found out what immediate was. Reasonable time is just a little bit longer, makes sense. So we're talking that reasonable time equates to around about less than 2.5 seconds. Tackle, 1, 2. If you work on that process, the whistle should come after the 2 seconds. Free kick should occur. Reasonable time, less than 2.5. Let's have a look at these. We're going to put some timer. Okay, no prior. Ball is free. Player able to make a genuine attempt and doesn't. The whistle there goes at about 3.94. Correct genuine attempt. You can see the umpire there saying that the ball was free. Player's possession of the ball, no prior. Player with the ball is able to make a genuine attempt. Player does not make a genuine attempt within a reasonable time. Let's have a look at this one. Ball is free, arm is free. Whistle blown, so that's a clear reasonable time. Another good decision as the player was able to make a genuine attempt but does not make a genuine attempt within a reasonable time. Ball free. Ball is still free. That's when the whistle goes. 2.65. Player's possession of the ball and has no prior. Player with the ball is able. Player does not make a genuine attempt. So the ball is free. If the ball is pinned, we cannot be paying a free kick for no genuine attempt if there is no genuine attempt. Here we go again. Ball free. Have a look at the timing on it. It's excellent umpiring here. Great bounce. Oh, that's gone. It's sad. Ball is free. Holding for that tackle, 1, 2, whistle will get you to 250 plus. Let's have a look at this one. Ball is free. So, from the moment that the ball was picked up and the tackle started, the whistle then gets blown at 2.88 seconds, which is the reasonable time outside. So well done. Alrighty, have a look at these cases. These are ball ups or play ons. Okay, this player here gets the ball, he's unable to make a genuine attempt, so it has to result in a ball up. The player is unable to make. This one here. Okay, ball is free for a moment in time, but then the ball, the player is unable. So even though the ball is free for a period, short period of time, the ball gets pinned before reasonable time elapses. So correct ball up. Same here. Even though the ball is free for a moment in time, the player then is not able to make a genuine attempt as the ball gets pinned. So it's free for a second, but then is unable to make a genuine attempt. So good ball up, accurate ball up. Last one, 18-6-5, holding the ball, diving on top. A field umpire shall award a free kick against a player who dives on top or drags the football underneath their body and fails to immediately not clear or correctly dispose of the footy when legally tackled. Here's some examples of this. There's the dive. You can see the dive occur. Right? Once the dive occurs, legal tackle must occur, so it doesn't result in the push in the back. Player must knock the ball clear. Dives on top of or drags the footy underneath their body, fail to immediately knock the ball clear or correctly dispose, legal tackle. Let's go to another one. Same again. Make sure there is a tackle and not just a fight for the ball. Part of this rule, it talks about legal tackle. So you can't just fight for the ball. We need to see a legal tackle. Drags the ball in, no push in the back, legal tackle. Good example. Drags it in, legal tackle, umpire in great position, fills the requirements of this law. Drags it in left hand, legal tackle, you can see the arms are around, umpire in a great position. Really interesting one this, according to the laws, an accurate decision. Dives on the ball there. Dives or drags. So it goes to ground, drags it in, stands up, and does
On the
not
ball, dive, St Kilda.
correctly dispose. So that
Outside
was a
5.
situation where a player dived on the ball and failed to immediately knock the ball clear
Play on.
or correctly dispose of the footy. Right? So in that one, the player failed to correctly dispose of the football after diving on top. This would not be considered a dive. Right? So the player takes the ball while on their feet without a diving action or a dragging action and then gets tackled to the ground. So that would be considered just a ball up or let the play continue until a decision is then made. But that is not considered a dive on top or a drag underneath their body. That takes us to the end. 4 rules for holding the ball. 9 free kicks paid per game. 9 free kicks per game at each AFL game over the weekend of the 41. So such an important area considering all the play-on calls and all the tackles, of which there's about 120, I reckon. That's the end. Any questions, guys? Hope that's helpful. Please contact me. Cheers.